video, I told you guys that we would do like a sweeter, less scary Halloween look, but I'm not there yet. Today is going to kind of be like a mix of cute and scary because I'm going to do like a jeweled diamond skull, if you will. I love skulls. I want to do one every single year. Last year I did my like paint splatter skull. So this year I was inspired by this guy. I picked him up from HomeGoods and I just love it so much. So the other day I was like putting all my skulls out and I saw this guy and I was like, okay, I have to try to do a jeweled skull look like this. Plus I have so many jewel stones left over from last year when I did my jewel encrusted alien. I gotta use these things up. So I figured what better way I can be creepy and like cute at the same time. So I do have like two kind of cute makeup tutorials, if you will, for Halloween that I kind of have written down on my to-do list of Halloween videos, but most of them are going to be scary this year because I like scary shit for Halloween, okay? And I want to thank you guys for all the love that you showed on Pennywise. It was super fun to film. I'm glad that you guys thought it was easy because that was my intention with it. It didn't take a lot and it took me probably under an hour to do that makeup, so it is super duper easy, and I feel like there's going to be a ton of Pennywises this year, which I'm down for. Last year, it was Harlequins, okay, in the club. That's all that there was. This meme was me in the club last year. I'm watching Vanderpump Rules, season 1. No, I'm on to season 2. I just finished the finale. Let's get painting. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this wig on when the look is complete, but we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. This will be me soon. Okay, so starting out as we always start out, I'm going to prime and moisturize. I'm going to use an oil today because I was feeling a little bit dry. And then for my primer, I'm going to use the Dr. Brandt No More Pores because I feel like this guy, you can actually visibly see your skin getting smoother. So this guy might be my favorite. I go back and forth, but he's pretty damn good. For foundation, I'm just going to use a lighter shade foundation. You can use whatever you want. If you want to go for a more basic skull, you can do like white face paint, but I'm going to go for more like brown tones, so I didn't want to do like an all over white face, but be my guest if that's what you want to do. And if you're wondering what all the little red marks were on my face, I was breaking out in hives. Here I was just putting a lighter shade concealer because I knew that this part of my face was going to be a little more white because it's where the teeth go, and then I'm just buffing it out. So to start mapping my eye sockets, I'm just using this like brown cream from a Makeup Forever Flash palette and a tiny brush and just going into the hollows of my eyes. If you don't have under eye filler, this is going to be a lot easier, but you know, I got filler under there, so just try to follow your natural eye shape. Try not to make your sockets too big. Otherwise, I mean, whatever, do what you want. Who am I to tell you? So then I'm going to just shade in a little bit with the brown cream and then go in with some brown shadows. I think I'm just going to use a Morphe palette. Clearly we're not there yet, but we'll get there in a second. And I'm just going to shade my eyes. If you want to do this black, you can do it black. But like I said, I didn't want to go so much black. I wanted to do like browns and nudes, kind of just playing off of how that skull that I was looking at for inspiration. Here I'm just taking some white concealer and popping that in the centers of my eyes just to remind myself to kind of keep this part light. There's the Morphe palette, and we are going to just start deepening the eye. So just take your time with this. If you want it to be a lot quicker, do a black eye. If you do a black eye, it'll save yourself a lot of time because this actually took me a minute trying to shade my eyeball in, but I like how it turned out in the end. I went around my eye socket again with some black cream paint from the Makeup Forever Flash palette, and I was kind of doing like in a squiggly, like you don't want anything to be like too perfect of a shape, so I was just drawing like a rough outline around here, and then from there I'm just going to start deepening it by adding black closest to the edge of where we just drew in our socket. Does that make sense? God, I hope so. I'm also throwing brown shadows in there, just kind of giving like a gradient effect. So go from like black to dark brown to light brown to nude, you know? All right, next going in, we're gonna start working on the lips or the teeth. So I'm just kind of blanking that out more with a lighter shadow, and then taking an eyeliner brush. You can use face paint, whatever's easiest for you to use. This is what's easiest for me. I'm just going to draw basically like a line all the way through my mouth, and then start drawing on these little teeth. So as you can see, I draw them on in like little house shapes, but you can do these teeth any way you want. There's tons of skull tutorials, so just whatever is easiest for you. And of course, do the bottom. I then just started taking some cream paint and going in between the teeth and kind of darkening it up a little bit. I wish I would have saved doing this because I eventually go back in and make my teeth like super white and then just go over everything again. So it's just like a process, you know, like you see how I'm going over it here, like I'm darkening all the lines again. Well, later on you'll see my teeth look way whiter. It's because I go over them in white and then just do this whole thing all over again. And why do I look like the guy from Hocus Pocus right now? That's what I was thinking to myself. It's okay. We're going to keep it moving. So next I'm going to draw my little squiggly lines. Why is it getting so bright? I don't know. But you're going to just basically draw out like the hollows in your face. And, oh, okay, we're moving right onto the nose. We're moving onto the nose. I'm doing it in brown. Again, if you want to do it in black, do it in black. But I'm starting with the brown cream paint. I'm filling it in, and then I will start darkening it with brown shadows from the outside edges in. Okay, we're back to the mouth. You see, I'm all over the place when I do these Halloween looks because I never have a set thought on what I'm doing. I'm kind of just winging it. So I'm just drawing random shapes on my face. I don't have the anatomically, is that how you say it? Correct way to do this. And again, I'm filling in it with brown first, and then we will deepen it up with some black. Don't even listen to me. Just follow what I'm doing. Follow what I'm doing. Don't listen. Next, with basically an eyebrow brush, I'm just kind of creating some like shadows. So I'm just going above wherever we created. Thanks, beeps. Kind of buffing that out and then just drawing the line again. And then in between that space, that negative space, you can go in and like highlight to make things like pop. And don't judge my line work right now. I know it looks a little rough, but we'll go back in and fix it later. I'm going to draw my little hollow for my temple. This is really easy. You can draw, mine looks like a butt, but we'll go with the 3. We'll go with the number 3. And I'm just going to start darkening it, or fill it in first with the brown cream paint, and then darken it with some brown shadows, starting from the outer edge, working my way in, and then doing like a little concealer right in that light part, just to make everything like pop. To my favorite part, I'm going to use these rhinestones and some spirit gum. I got the rhinestones from Joann's fabric. Do not do this part. I'm showing this part just to show you not to do it. I put the glitter on underneath just in case, you know, I didn't cover all of my forehead with the rhinestones, that you wouldn't see skin, you would see glitter, but I got the glitter everywhere. So do yourself a favor and skip this part. I eventually will go in and get all that glitter off of my face, but I'm taking the spirit gum and just putting it on my head. You want it to get a little bit tacky. This is way easier to use than like eyelash glue, because it's just going to dry and get tacky, and you can just pop all those rhinestones on. So that's what I did. It probably took me like 25-30 minutes to glue all the rhinestones to my head, and those things were locked on there. Side note, if you're using spirit gum, make sure you get spirit gum remover. You can find this shit at, French fry time. You can find it at Spirit Halloween. And then right before you lose your mind, you'll be done with your rhinestones. So moving on, I'm going to just draw like a crack on my face. I don't know how to explain this to you guys. You can see me like thinking like, okay, how do I draw a crack on my face? So just try to watch, I guess, or try to find pictures that you can like reference of a crack, and it'll be way easier than me trying to explain it to you. I promise you that. And here is when my teeth are way whiter. I basically just went over them with a white eyeliner and then re-outlined all the teeth. So to save yourself time in the beginning, just start with white and then draw over them, because it'll be way easier than how I did it originally. I'm gonna draw some like little cracks and just crevices like underneath my eyes, just to add a little more dimension to our skull. And don't forget to highlight. I threw on some lashes because why not? And then I'm gonna go in and start darkening my like hollows and stuff. Anything that I feel like needs to be darkened, will darken. I put some rhinestones right on my lids because it kind of looked like my skull that I got. I liked it. This next part is optional, but I'm going to draw on just some of my neck. So I just do like 3 little white squares and then just paint the rest of my neck white. Throw your collarbones on. This part is really easy. It took me like not even 10 minutes to do this. So if you want to do this, you can do this, or you can get like a really cool, like one of those like skeleton onesies if you guys want to wear like an outfit with this. I'm going to pop in some white contact lenses because it just completes the creep. And that is it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Come on.